All right, good morning. Good morning, Coach Micheal Burt. 7:01 Tuesday morning, January 3rd. Got my notepad right here. Want to wish you a good morning. My name's Coach Burt. I believe everybody needs a coach. For those of you that don't know, I spent a decade of my life, really about 15 years of my life, as a women's basketball coach. First as an elementary basketball coach, and then as a high school women's basketball coach. Helped build a championship culture, started writing books about performance, competitive intelligence, which is a term I use a lot. And then at 31 years old, I retired. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Tricia. I retired from athletic coaching to, at that time, at 31 years old, just start speaking. And I was writing books and speaking, and the speaking led to coaching, and I became the coach of several companies trying to drive some type of elevated performance from their people, typically on the sales side, typically on the revenue side. But it had to do with coming in, developing a strategy, and then helping people push through. They needed structure, they needed discipline, they needed accountability, and more than anything, Amanda Beener, they needed prey drive. They needed initiative. They needed to get up and get going and get moving. And so it was back then that I really began to study what motivates a person, what demotivates a person. What we're going to talk about today, why do people become lazy? What is the difference between lazy and complacency? And I kind of fell in love with just the inner engineering of people. And so over the next 14, 15 years, I went on to build a multi-million-dollar coaching company. Purchased probably $20, $25 million worth of real estate. I've got a $7 million project going in downtown Nashville called the Greatness Factory. We're actively looking for other retreat sites around the country. We do coaching at this big 8,000 square foot lodge that I have in Tennessee. And so all I do all day, every day is study performance, break down performance, follow up on performance. And then at the same time, Amanda Beener, simultaneously, I'm running a company as the CEO of Micheal Burt Enterprises. Okay, so I'm out there every day just like you are, and I'm in the fight. I'm prospecting, I'm creating leads, I'm following up on leads, I'm servicing clients, I'm coaching probably about, 1,000 to 2,000 people a month. I'm actively building a brand. I'm in the middle of a campaign to make a bestseller. And then I like to come on here and bring value to you guys. And this is one of the ways I do it, is I bring value through video of just taking my 30 years of experience, condensing it into short videos. I call it Tuesday Rhythm or Wednesday Drive. We do take these videos and we put them on YouTube and Instagram and all those things so you can get them there. Now, today's topic is going to be an important topic. And the topic is, if you're thinking of a person, maybe yourself. What's up, DJ? And you're thinking of a person that has potential. Okay, and they have potential. Potential is this idea of kinetic energy that's stored. They can do better in their lives. This is how I start the new book off. Moms and dads bringing their kids to me saying they have potential. Well, that potential is a value, but of little value unless it is activated. Okay, activate means to initiate, to start, to take an action. If you see a person has potential and you say, what's the problem? And a lot of times people just go, they're lazy. Okay, that's what people say about people who have potential. You got somebody in your family that doesn't want to do anything. They don't have any initiative. They just kind of get up and go to the same job they're miserable at. We put people in this category of lazy. So what is the definition of lazy, Danny Carlo? It's when you succumb to your feelings, number one. Your feelings are going to tell you, don't get out of bed, don't get dressed, don't get going, don't get moving. In turning pro, Pressfield called it resistance. I use the word inertia a lot, which is resistance to move. And so lazy people, I wrote down in my notes this morning, have given up. They've given up in how they look. They've given up on their dreams. They've given up on a better life. They've given up on their potential. They've given up. Lazy people listen to their feelings, and they have basically given up on their success. So there's a prey drive in there, but it's definitely not been activated. I would put that in the category of dormant, latent, undeveloped. Prey drive's like a muscle. It's got to be worked. It's got to be initiated. It's got to be started. It's got to get better. It's got to get stronger. It's got to build momentum. Now, I would contrast that with what we call complacency. And complacency, a definition of complacency is a gradual settling to a place of mediocrity. So complacency is where you know how to win. There was a time in your life that you didn't listen to your feelings. You hadn't given up on your hopes and dreams, but you have contracted to a place of complacency. Now, when you read the book, and I know every one of you guys is going to get this book, Flip the Switch, Freddie Blanton. When you read the book, you're going to see that the reason people become complacent is because they have satisfied needs. Their needs have been met. They set a goal, they reach a goal. I wanted to be 165, I got to 165. And then I got lazy. I wanted to win a championship, and then I won a championship. I wanted to make $1 million, and then I made $1 million. I wanted to make $250,000, I made $250,000. And then I quit doing the things I used to do to win. I am now going to be lazy, which means give up on my dreams, listen to my feelings. And I am now going to contract just to the lowest common denominator, which means I'm going to take the path of absolute least resistance. So if there's resistance, I'm out. If there's friction, I'm out. Right? Now contrast that with a person that's trying to do big things. Now here's my mindset. It's going to be harder than I thought. It's going to take longer than I thought. It's going to cost more than I thought, but it's going to be worth more than I thought. So when you think about these things, there's a clear difference to me between people who are lazy, who just wake up and listen to their feelings. I want to eat this. I want to eat that. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to prospect. Okay, I don't care if I'm broke. I'm broke, but all I do is bitch and whine about it. I don't do anything about it. That's lazy. Complacency is, man, I'm making good money, living in a good house, got a good life, got a good thing going, Jeff Breeden. So man, I'm just going to contract and take what I've got, okay? So when you think about it, Abby Bills, as a coach every day, I see both types of people. I see lazy people. People have potential who are just disinterested in activating it and listen to their feelings a lot. And you hear me, pros never listen to their feelings. Amateurs listen to their feelings. I don't ever feel like getting out of bed in the morning. I like sleeping. I do. I like sleeping, okay? It feels good to sleep. I got a nice bed. It feels comfortable to sleep. I don't feel like getting up and working out. I don't feel many times like prospecting. Don't feel like taking an action. I feel like just, hey man, why don't I just lay around and watch a movie or a documentary or, right? That's easy. Sitting down last night, I didn't feel like mapping my day out, by the way. But it's the last thing I did. I'm like, you know what? I'm at my best when I'm mapping out my days. When I'm in the gym in the morning, I'm at my best when I am doing these things. The conditions are highest for my prey drive to be activated. Now, that is going to be inconvenient. Sure as hell can't be lazy, and I can't contract. Contraction means, okay, I got to a certain level, and I am satiated. I'm satisfied. I'm full. That's where we hear the term fat and happy. Okay, you ever seen people as they get in life, people you went to school with, people you went to high school with, and they got fat and unhappy. They're not fat and happy. They're fat and unhappy. And you're like, what happened to that person? They got lazy. Which, let me give a better word to laziness. They give up on their dreams. They give up on their goals. They give up on their hopes and on desires. They basically just give in and said, you know what? It's over. Okay? There is no bigger future. There is no better life. So let me just stay here, spend a lot of time talking about other people, and not go pursue my hopes and dreams. Okay? So you got to ask yourself right now at this moment, are you lazy at all? In some areas, which means you listen to your feelings. Are you complacent, which means you've gradually settled to a place of mediocrity, place you don't want to be, by the way, in your weight, in your life, in your business, in your finances, in your spirituality. I guarantee there's an area all of us in our life can say, you know what, I'm a little mediocre right there. And mediocre means halfway up the mountain. Complacency, I'm settling to go halfway up the mountain. Okay? The new book, Flip the Switch, the new event, January 13th, called Activate. The whole purpose of these events, truth be told, the purpose of my coaching program, Monster Producer, is to reactivate your drive so you don't ever fall into these two categories. See, a good coach is in a freaking war with complacency. I mean, it's a damn battle every day, and it is an enemy. It is like good and evil, okay? A good coach wakes up every morning like, all right, somebody's complacent around here. And here's the deal. If you're complacent, don't expect a job promotion. Don't expect any more money. Don't expect anybody to give you anything. If anything, people are going to let you hang on just a little bit because you serve some kind of purpose, but you're never, listen to what I'm about to tell you, never going to advance in life. Other big time people are going to look at you and go, checked out, on the beach, goofing off, doing nothing. There is no bigger future for complacent people. It's as big as it gets right now. There is no future, Mark Flores, for lazy people. So there's no extra future for complacency. There's no bigger future for laziness. Okay, so if you got any of these two things, it's like a disease. Okay, laziness is a disease. Okay, see, everyone will get you anywhere. Okay, so if you're out there, if this hurts your feelings and you don't like what I'm saying to you today, don't get mad at me. Get mad at you. Don't get pissed off at me. Get pissed off at you, because you're the one that's allowed yourself to do this. I'm not allowing myself to do it. Okay, I've already made up my mind, MK. This is an enemy of the state right here. Laziness and complacency. And Coach Burt ain't having nothing to do with either one of them, okay? January 13th, the event's completely free. At first, we started off saying you got to buy a book to come to the event. I changed my mind, and I said, look, you get your booty to the event, called Activate. Let me spend the full day activating your potential, and then you're going to want to buy the book. Trust me, okay? So we're expecting about 2,000 people that day, J Cash. Maybe the biggest online virtual event I've ever done, January 13th, which is next Friday. It's the whole day is teaching you the psychology of what I know. If you could go learn under someone who's done this for 31 years, motivated some of the biggest people in the world. Yesterday, I was coaching CEOs of $6 billion mortgage companies, real estate producers making $300,000 or $400,000 a month. Okay, this is what I'm doing. So Amanda Beaner, make sure you email mark@coachburt.com and say, I want to be there in person. I don't care if you want to be in person or virtual. I got 150 spots in person. Okay, 70 of those are already gone. If you want to be in person, just say, I want to be here. I want to bring my whole team. Okay, and I'm in a war against complacency and laziness in 2023. Okay, so January 13th, Activate. New book's coming out 31st. Boom, boom, boom. It's been a good session, guys. The difference between laziness and complacency. If you want to be in person, mark@coachburt.com. If you want to watch the virtual, mark@coachburt.com. We'll get you a link and get you registered, and I'll also post it below, okay? Love you guys.